let's talk about cursing. The stupidest thing ever, by the way. Um, we need we need local interconstructual source code algorithms as soon as possible, and we need them backdated with full truth. That is what some people are looking for. So how do you know full truth? I'm pretty sure that with your mind, when you get idea to binary, you can just select full historical truth. You can go this root conscious being, these root conscious beings, these root conscious beings, all of Earth root conscious beings, all of multiverses root conscious beings, these, this, that, the other thing, source codes, truth, pull down, idea to binary, to source, complete. Then filtration, kind of like how a leaderboard would work, where there's many leaderboards, many things to look at. You filter exactly the information you're looking. This root conscious being, this root conscious being. Interactions that filter in with this hashtag. Or these ideaplex combinations. Kind of like cursing, in a way. So you can ideaplex the meaning of an entity trying to curse another entity. Eventually. And it'll be done down into binary, too. Because everything is translatable. Everything is translatable. I was talking earlier on my stream about we are photon conversion machines. And a camera is a photon to binary conversion machine. So we're already translating the real world into binary. And a lot more than you think. So let's talk about what we'll be able to do with idea to binary. We'll be able to channel in lucid dream realms. We'll be able to channel in Vedantic pasts. Pretty much, as long as you can channel it, the memory, and select truth only, you can channel in the memory into binary. And then once it's in binary, all you need is a understanding language. Meaning convert to understanding. Understanding would be a two-dimensional display, like a cell phone. Or idea. I use a lot of to my understanding magic. Like, if this happens to my understanding, the truth. And that's a play on bramblefish. Bramblefish comes next. Is all languages in space have natural idea understanding. And once you convert into bramblefish, meaning universal language, then it will convert into any understanding language. So if you are an English speaker, you have been blessed with English. English is an understanding language, as far as I'm concerned. I heard something around 5 million plus languages is what I have, um, to my understanding, just by knowing English alone. Let's talk about glue codes and encryption. I have crashed my stream here for no reason other than what seemed to be planned attacks. Um, yeah, I don't buy it. I'm not really a fan of it. What I kind of want to see is a new encoding language to choose from on cell phones. One where you're recording video no matter what, always. And at the end, you press stop, and it will be uploading throughout the entire recording of the video. That's as layman as I can make it. Because I crash far too often on cell phone streaming, and it's just not okay. I don't I don't want to have to use a platform where I'm getting hacked or cheated out of my experience. I wanted to make a video earlier of doing Infinite Adventure. And in fact, I broke my Infinite Adventure high score, 261 levels. And I couldn't stream it seamlessly because it feels like somebody was trying to data alter hack me. So an alternate encoding language would be pretty cool. Can't really stop creating a constant buffer on my phone. If I'm constantly creating a video or video recording, temporarily saved and being uploaded piece by piece by piece, and at the end, finish uploading, clear cache, confirmation of upload. That could cause some really cool things to go down. I wouldn't have to stream in this format. I could stream in a higher quality format as well, because I'm at like 360p or something for Archero. Because I kind of don't really need the stream to be exactly on point with chat when you're doing mobile gaming streaming on the go. Because I can go into chat, tab out, go to chat, and read chat, and answer chat, and that's just fine. And the lag doesn't really matter because I'm more concerned about making a VOD at the end of the day. So maybe make a video mode versus live stream mode. I like having all the additional shots, like side arrow and diagonal arrow, because your melee just hits so hard. It's like, look how many melee swings I have in there. Yeet, 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 yeet. What's a yeet? Something I found really funny is advertisers are getting the muted data on YouTube, the muted binary. From Twitch, the advertisers have zero volume. They're taking the volume out of the ad itself, like the actual music data in the binary it is muted, which should have a multiplier of 0, by the way. And then they're putting YouTube ad revenue claims, monetization claims on my YouTube videos because they find the binary within the muted song that isn't even playing. How wild is that, right? So yes, there is an audio binary scanning machine in YouTube. A algorithm that has every single piece of algorithmic binary for every single song that is copyrighted. And if you upload to YouTube and your binary is on point within the copyrighted ranges, you get automatically flagged. How cool is that I figured that one out? Oh, I got something cool too. Escape chamber has weapon scrolls. Yes, I will spend that. Alright. That's all I'm after is weapon scrolls. And this seems to be a really good place to farm those and get the daily XP, all the min-maxes. Min-max probably be trying to go progression though. But I don't really feel like doing progression. Progression is so progression, you know what I'm saying? Like, progression. Oh, it's so hard. Oh boy. You know how you can get like a fraction of a Bitcoin? Man, that's funny. That's some funny stuff. Dun Let me think of something cool to talk about. My newest video on webcam. Check it out. It has some very enlightening topics. Pretty cool shit. Well, it's my day off too from work. I don't really know what I'm gonna do today. I'll play Archero and chill. Let's talk about lack of empathy disorder. Not being able to put yourself in another person's shoes is going to be your downfall. Sometimes. This one is some magic medicine right here for some people. If you feel like you cannot put yourself in other people's shoes very easily, you have lack of empathy disorder potential. Now, you can have lack of empathy order. That kind of means, well, I don't really care about other people and I keep to myself. Well, that's lack of empathy order, or can be. Lack of empathy disorder, however, is you cannot keep to yourself and you cannot put yourself in other people's shoes. Me, and stuff forever and ever and ever and ever. And that leads to disorder in so many different ways. You multiply that by the universe is what you believe, a disorder, and then you got yourself a very, very messed up mind. Imagine thinking you can become anybody in this scenario. To think that you can be anybody else, that is to say that anybody else can be you. So if you want to steal somebody's rank in the universe by just being like, I am this, without saying I am a me and this, they are them and that, a totally different thing, which you will have to work in order to achieve, because you cannot be general first class without having prereq qualifications to be general first class. You cannot be God without being qualified to be God. You cannot be the devil without being qualified to be the devil. And if you think that you are going to just believe your way in to any role instantaneously just by saying I am that, that is what I would call lack of empathy disorder multiplied by the universe is what you believe disorder, right there. And that will open up plausibility. You are an other person. They are an other person. And when you do not have empathy for others, others may not have empathy for you. So watch your consents and watch other people's consents. Other people's consents are very easily diagnosed with empathy awareness in the moment. Momentary awareness order is a very, very, very powerful skill. Now, I'm not trying to scale this into competitive gaming. I believe competitive gaming is holy, sacred, and true. And I kind of want to keep telepathy ideas even out of that. Like we should be able to consent into suppression. If you're a clairvoyant, you should not have the entire enemy's, screen in your mind. That's cheating. Period. Period. Period, 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 period. Unless every single other person on the other team and the game is doing it to you too. If that's part of the game, that's the expectations. Everybody's versed in. It's a skill to practice because everybody knows about it. And it's a consent combat, then fine. It's either that or hell. In my mind, that's the way I look at it, is either you're in hell, meaning you're doing that because everybody else is, and that's part of the game, or you're not doing it at all because that's not the intended ideaplex phenotype of the universe. I really like consent combat, consent games. I could teach you a lot about real life warfare and how the gods of war would completely wreck your game forever in one install. They would install one mind and they would say, he is supported by infinite alien bio-augmented reality. He can see through walls. He knows every weapon positioning. He knows how to warp around your bullets. You cannot do anything. I'm going to release thousands of this entity upon you, and you will never war for fun again, ever, no matter what. I am this in lucid dream realm, actually. That's why I bring it up, is the whole idea of suppression is to be within a video game itself. So we do not want bio-augmented reality abusers, cheat coders, things like that. If you want to have fun with some kind of install on your own leisure time, whatever. But no assistant protocol, no assisted advantages that go outside the taboos of the expectations of the developers. And if a developer starts developing shady secret ways, we are an open source community. You know what I mean? Like we are a consent to tell community. We are a non-false advertisement community. Like there's courts out there for a reason. All of this stuff is already against the law. It does not work both ways. It works this one way, the end. Goodbye. Good day. Good day to you. Checkmate. Good day forever. Good day forever. The end. I'm not arguing about it. So the other end of the spectrum is if you live in a universe where you can make proprietary code, deconsent to tell, and expect it to manifest, well, then I can write a contract that says every person that practices that belief is my slave. And deconsent to tell, it's proprietary. Don't worry about it. I got this. you know. That's the kind of logic that's going through. Is like, I don't consent to tell you my proprietary stuff. No, no, that's like sketchy developer shit. We are not in that phase of reality. Yes, you can have proprietary code, but you cannot rape people with proprietary code. You need to blueprint it out loud when you're selling products. You need to go, this is our product, this is what it does. When people ask things that are too deep that could steal your proprietariness, you say that is a proprietary answer. If you want to go under NDA, maybe I'll sell it to you or give it to you or something like that. That's fine. But no false advertisement. Like, cheating is not real. That should be a prereq. Cheating, like, cheat codes enabled, cheat codes disabled. That should be a standardized thing here. One topic. You do not contain infinities with misdirection and sleight of hand anymore. That's kind of what I want to hint at is, how do you get on a platform if you're a virus developer? Virus developer means at war against humanity, kind of. Humanity means like consent to others, empathy. And then there is consent to war, consent to not war. Why is the U.S. so in debt? I believe because they did not establish consent to war. If we would have just not retaliated Pearl Harbor, if we would have not retaliated the World Trade Centers, but instead put a more so of an infinite barrier, right? We probably would be not $28 trillion in debt, or whatever we are. In fact, those civilizations that did those evils might be the ones paying us right now. But at the same time, I do agree with anti-terrorism, bad deeds to terrorism. That's a light format. That is punish evil. And sure, punish evil. But do not over-punish evil. So my number one thing that I want to help abolish too is one, microdosal slavery. People will try and curse your goods to cast microdosal slavery and just say they could. You know what I mean? Like the weirdest things ever. Like, oh, I'm gonna degrade your this, that, the other thing to try and like wreck your money. The other one is I want to see that 28 trillion turn to like a 28 trillion positive. That's gonna have a lot to do with breakthroughs. I would say encryption breakthroughs. And I'm not talking about ones and zeros right now, but I am talking about ones and zeros. I'm talking about universe encryption is probably the most profitable thing right now in reality. Another one is something I don't even want to talk about because I feel like I'm super heavily invested in it and I want it to just play out naturally. Um, I'm a big believer that every deed is recorded. That's a big tip on what I don't want to divulge. Imagine infinite many beings having access to the Akashic records. Akashic records is more of a blueprint metaphor too to me, because Akashic records does not mean all data in one place for all. In fact, I believe it means all data in one place for all that earned. A finite thing. And imagine earning more and more and more and more Akashic records and then earning the ability to engineer around. And then imagine infinite souls that that capacity already. So we're talking about AoE clarity earlier. Clarity, cursing, clarity, buffing. That's where this logic spawns from. And that has to do with so many things. So many things right now. Your future. How does your future feel long term? But you didn't even select and feel and render. Just blindly blasphemed. Some of you. Select your future. Select your root consciousness. Select your future. Select it long term. And go truth only. Not truth only based off of what I'm going to manifest. Truth only on what truthfully does manifest. And then feel it. That goes forever, by the way. And the more you mistreat others, the closer and closer and closer hell will creep up on you. So it's a matter of how far away it is. The illusion is, oh, I can do evil to others. I can spend my holy time and get away with it. Because all it takes is one wrong person, and those timelines get changed. Right now, what you're feeling is a moment based off everybody's alignment at you. And if you make bad choices, people can change their alignment at you for long term. The path is through forgiveness also means the path is through repentance. Because repentance is earning forgiveness. They're not opposites. Imagine trying to achieve forgiveness for that which you've done that broke the consent of others. Your sins. Sins being the consent breaking of others. Because there is nothing else. If you go walking through the forest today, who did you sin to? If you go trampling through the forest today and stepping on it, all the plants, and not asking permission, that kind of stuff, hopefully none of the plants are actually there and you're already forgiven and saved. But if they are there and you go looking to do that, that is seeking to break consent, the worst sin imaginable. And I really just want to get into that, is like, you can't define sin as an action, because we define sin as an action. We meaning two or more entities. There is no you defining sin. You cannot define sin unless you're going to start claiming you can rape yourself. Not rape, not in a sexual term, just meaning break your own consent. How do you break your own consent when you manifest? You can't really do that. You can make bad choices, and that will scale into your future, and it will break your future self's consent because you were ignorant. But you cannot break your moment or your past self's consent. Only your past self can break your moment's consent. All this stuff matters. Ayo. I like that emote. I think I'm going to leave it off there and take off. Check out my newest webcam video on Twitch. It'll be on YouTube shortly. It's called 3-Dimensional Mind Selection Decryption. Very cool stuff. I'm out. Have a good day. Peace.